What's up, y'all? Kyle Hamilton here. I want to give a quick shout out to Lucas, Connor, and Ryan in the Week 0 podcast.
Jackson rolling out, 3rd and 7 after the penalty, and it's a completion to Kuma. He's still running. Kuma breaks free against a tired defense as the Hokies deliver the dagger here in Tallahassee. Empty look for Richardson. Oh, that is danger! Oh my! Keidron Smith cuts inside, and he's gonna pick six it in the swamp. Cat scratch fever Smith.
DJ is picked off, intercepted again by Benjamin Morrison. Here goes Morrison down the sideline. Can he go? Yes, he can. Touchdown, pick six, Benjamin Morrison. Nix drops back underneath. Touchdown, Ducks. Wow. Chase Taylor.
Connor, you're fucking muted, man.
That wasn't me. It was something else was going on with the audio there. It started playing the intro again. That wasn't me. Okay. Week 0 podcast starting off fantastic as usual. Welcome back to the Week 0 podcast, the show where everything gets fucked up.
Nobody does cold opens better than us.
You mean worse? You mean worse? No one does cold opens worse than us. I'm Connor Payton's the new sheriff in town, Doherty. To my left is Ryan deloading travel. D'Angelo Russell will not help the
Yes, he will.
I was going to say the Lakers will not make the playoffs. Guarantee it.
They will make the playoffs. At least the play.
And then below us is Josh. The Eagle has landed. Bryant. Lucas is not with us because work fucked up and he had to work like a 12-hour night shift and he is tired out of his mind apparently.
It's because work is more important than the boys, evidently.
That's true. That's why I missed last week's. I had to work.
Yeah, well, being tired is temporary. Glory is forever.
That's true. I really do wish we could. I'm sure there might be like an app or something, but I so wish that there was a way for us to be able to track the amount of like sleep deficit or sleep debt that we build up over time. You know what I mean? And
also, can we talk about the fact that this is the first show me and Connor have been on in like 3 or 4 weeks? It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's
been lonely.
We didn't have a show. We haven't had a show the last 2 weeks.
We didn't have a show last week. No, we had.
Didn't have a show last week, and then we had.
I don't think
Lucas and me.
No, we haven't a show.
No, we had a show 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we had a show 2 weeks ago. That's right. And then the one before that was just Lucas and me. Lucas and I.
Has it really been a month?
Oh God, yeah.
Oh my God.
And some of us have been doing our videos.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Okay. No.
Hey,
so what yeah.
I'm gonna need you to send me some 12 gauges because someone needs some let's just say some motivation, so to speak.
Oh, okay.
What are you gonna shoot me or something?
I was about to say I can't do that, Ryan.
I also just noticed you updated the overlay to have camels there. Nice.
And to have the cats on there.
I also didn't know that we could do the background music. We could have that looping in the background if we wanted to.
You did know we do the background music because you usually told me to turn that off.
I honestly thought whenever I came here that was you somehow playing music like on your phone in front of your mic or something. I didn't know that it was part of the system.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I thought this was a sports podcast.
Please, we're honestly like a quarter of our podcast is us just shitting on each other.
See, Josh, talking about people sports. Don't tune into the Week 0 podcast. So
people don't tune in at all.
They do. It's just me, y'all.
Is it yet again all of my videos for all my VT videos have had the most views thus far?
Yep.
Yeah, and that's
go. I don't know why, but
are you just telling people, or do you watch them over and over again?
I watch it once.
That's what it
I watch
is.
it twice.
He
I watch
boosts
no,
it.
I have it on repeat. I have it on my
He's
lap-
got it
my
on
PC. I
repeat,
just have it on
playing
loop.
in the background. Yeah, we
No, but
muted that tab, huh?
But it really is so weird how that was how it was for the preseason
pump
hype
ups,
video.
yeah.
The pump up video was the same, and then for this,
Can we talk about the fact that Lucas's Oregon Ducks finally passed Notre Dame's video? I'm in third place. I'm in third.
for the pump up.
Yeah, Josh is just sitting there at 1.4K. It's been there for like 5 months.
I guarantee.
The disappointing season is really what did it.
Meanwhile, Ryan, my VT's pump up video is going to be about 2 minutes long. It's going to be like 3 plays, and that's it.
Three plays. It's all stuff from 20 years ago.
Bro, I'm not even
No,
joking.
I can count on probably one hand the number of plays that I probably think will be on there.
I'm not even joking. When I was working, trying to find footage for last year's,
you were struggling.
Tell me why most of the pump up videos for Virginia Tech were Tyrod Taylor, Michael Vick, and it says 2022 college football pump up for Virginia Tech 2022-23 season. I said these guys haven't played.
Have you also noticed how VT's the VT for our intro? VT is the only one that has a play that's not from this past season. That play against Florida State's like 5 years ago.
Yeah,
that was like 2018 when we beat Florida State. Like VT,
Dude,
I can't think of a single play, honestly, from this past season that was good. Other than maybe like a touchdown pass that's like 85 yards against NC State.
Well, I could get a Caleb Smith highlight. You can do that. Just basically just Caleb Smith.
That was who it was. It was Caleb Smith. That's who it was. He was the one who got that 85-yard touchdown against NC State.
Hey, Connor. I sent Ryan a highlight from 2007.
What
He's I can't use this because it was filmed on a potato.
It was formatted for VHS. I put it into my software and it said this software is no longer compatible.
What was the highlight? Was this when we were thinking of different clips to change?
No, this was okay. So this the highlight that I wanted to show was we lost Connor.
Oh well, fuck Connor. I'm taking over.
Fuck yeah, let's do it.
Oh man,
does he want back on? There he is. Hey, you know what? No, don't put him back up here. Put him back down there.
So Josh, I don't know what just happened. That wasn't me. I think my internet dropped for a second.
I think
that happens, man. That's happened to me.
What was the highlight going to be?
The highlight was a pass to Stevie Johnson for the go-ahead winning touchdown against Louisville. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about VT. I was like, what's from 2007?
No.
But that makes sense. You've had much better football success than us lately. So
lately, yeah, a couple 10-win seasons. And then...
You know what I might have to do for Virginia Tech next year? I might have to put basketball clips in there.
and the worst thing is even the basketball team's now not that good
just
anymore.
A sports pump up.
We just lost to Boston College for the second time this season. Who's like
Josh,
second worst team of the entire.
I'm not even joking, bro. I might have to do a sports pump up just to get to 2 minutes of footage
for VT.
I mean, just
an
unenthusiastic layup. Oh, we lost him again.
No, I hit the wrong button there. I don't know what's going on. I actually hit a button on my. I actually hit like a button on my keyboard.
If this show,
it's the space bar. Space bar.
Oh, okay. Why are you hitting the space bar then?
I don't know.
If this show isn't evidence enough that Lucas is the glue guy, then I don't know what the fuck else is.
Welcome to the Week 0 podcast. We bicker for 10 minutes.
And we haven't talked about anything, and of course, no one's watching because.
Well, really quick, because
why would anyone want to watch this shit?
Connor, anyway? Really quick before we get into the Super Bowl preview, Let's talk about the Pro Bowl for a minute because that was a topic of discussion.
I didn't watch any of it because I had to work.
A lot of people laughed at the fact that they did a flag football game now.
And yet
that's why. That's why I didn't want to watch it.
It seemed like everyone liked all the other activities other than the flag football. Everyone liked the kickers trying the kick tack toe or whatever, which I was kind of cool.
Kick tack toe. That sounds awesome.
Which I fucking hate because it's all pre-recorded shit. That's what
It would be better, but who's watching that at 2:30 in the afternoon?
Best catch sucks. I feel like they need to be more creative with the best catch. Literally, best catch for us. Amon-Ra St. Brown was like his brother catches a pass and tosses him. And he just catches it, and he doesn't try like a one-handed or something.
The voting for that is fucking rigged because Pat Surtain literally jumps off a building and catches a ball. Meanwhile, Stephon Diggs is sitting in a pool and catches a ball one-handed, and he gets in over Pat Surtain. Okay.
And then what else was there? Dodgeball. I've known that's been fun.
They need to bring dodgeball this year.
You know what they need to bring back and what they had in previous Pro Bowl years was furthest throw. Best arm in the NFL. They have the quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
And literally they get like one or two shots and they just see how far they can fling it. And they get a running start. They get like they literally can run like 10 yards and boom, try and like throw it. And
I want that really bad.
I want that.
I want that bad.
I would want to see that. I want to see
watch
people
Jared
say,
Goff
"Oh, look at
that."
No, it's be exact or no, it'd be like you hear about and it does. And I think what they can do for that is you don't have to for some of these. You don't have to be in the Pro Bowl for some of those. You can just have literally. You want to see Josh Allen see how far he can throw it versus Jared Goff or versus
Jared Goff.
Lamar if he was healthy.
You know what?
Just boom.
Let's not make it a quarterback challenge. How about that? So
anyone
can throw that ball.
Hey, you know what? Von Miller.
You have quarterbacks and you have non-quarterbacks play, and then you have them compete. The winners of each they get a throw off after that.
No, because
This is how we find out that a tight end is better than all the quarterbacks.
but that's when they had the fastest man. They had Tyreek Hill, Micah Parsons.
That's a little different.
And Trayvon Diggs. But they had like Tyreek Hill. They had like Tyreek Hill versus and Micah Parsons. Of course, Tyreek I think won or he should have won.
He should have.
If he actually I don't know if he actually won, but
the fact that Connor brings up Lamar for the furthest throw. That's fine. That's all fine and everything, but
I mean,
just make sure he doesn't.
Lamar has a better arm. Lamar has a better arm than you think. He probably wouldn't win, but I just would like to see that.
I bet he can chuck it 70.
No, Connor, it's not
if
that.
he really gets into
it's
it.
the accuracy.
No, here we go.
No, it's not that. If you ever see clips, it's not them trying to make a completion. It's them literally just throwing into an empty.
No, I know. I'm talking about
they literally just have huh?
Where they do the precision passing and they're trying to hit goals.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about. That's all fine and dandy. Yeah. Have Lamar do that, but
and then Tyler Huntley goes out there and everyone's like, "You shouldn't be a Pro Bowler," and then he finishes second in the AFC.
He played the best in the flag football game. Tyler Huntley did.
Oh, jeez.
Some people are like, "Let's go with Tyler Huntley over Lamar."
Didn't Peyton Manning get pissed at the end of the game?
Yes.
The flag football game?
Because Kirk Cousins took a knee in the flag football game.
I don't know why. I just found that hilarious. That's just so funny.
But no, also the fact that it was such a shit show. We saw Tyreek Hill and what is that fast guy from the XFL?
Turpin?
Yeah. They had them rushing the passer.
Wonderful.
Did you guys see Kirk Cousins go out during the NFL Honors last night with chains and he was rapping with and he was singing with Kelly Clarkson?
No, I didn't.
He literally had all the chains and stuff, except he didn't have his shirt. He was dressed up. He had all the chains and he was singing with Kelly Clarkson. But it was bad.
Anyways, going forward, I wanted your guys' thoughts on that. And what you would do.
The NFL said that they're going to keep it.
Connor, shut up.
I'm sorry. I know that's my biggest problem is I interrupt you guys. I'm sorry.
Connor, you're
No, you're
still
good.
talking.
But anyway, my question to you guys was, how do you feel about the current state of the Pro Bowl, and what would you do if you were the NFL to change it?
Well, they
I'll
already
go
changed
first.
it.
I'll
Connor,
go
you're
first.
muted.
It's abysmal. All right. Case in point, I didn't even watch it. I didn't even watch the Pro Bowl.
A lot
It
of
was
people didn't
just-
even know what was going on.
Right? Like, what happened to that? Like, I know it was supposed to be on in between the last set of playoffs and the Super Bowl.
I missed
Hearing
the
that it was a
entire
flag football game, I'm glad I didn't watch it. I don't want to see grown men. I two-hand touched you. He's down. I two-hand touched him. Come on. Like, I'm not saying they got to go full speed and really hurt somebody because that's not the spirit of the Pro Bowl. But play actual football. You're the National Football League. You're not the National Flag Football League.
You know what
All
I
right.
think happened though, Josh? I think for years the bash on the Pro Bowl was, well, the guys don't even care. Half the guys don't want to play, and if they do play, they don't want to. They don't really tackle.
Well, it
So
was
you might as well make it a
meant to
flag
be.
football game.
Well, it was
Yes.
meant to be just an exhibition, just a fun thing, right? You go out there and you have fun. And for the players, that's what it was. And they hardly tackle hard. First off, nobody tackles hard in the NFL anymore. All right,
Sorry.
that's 15 yards if you tackle somebody too hard in the NFL nowadays.
I mean, Josh, go
But-
watch the NBA All-Star Weekend. Their All-Star game is a freaking joke. Nobody plays defense.
Except
nobody plays
well,
defense in the NBA period, but
Well,
But
they,
people like watching it. But that's what
Well,
the point is.
well, because one, you can have dunks and stuff, but then also they did change it to where
To the target
they had-
rule.
No, they changed the target rule and then the cumulative stat to the cumulative total. And I remember, and people were like, and then like the final shot, like you see LeBron and Steph Curry clamping down like Kevin Durant trying to take the final shot or something to try and win the game. And people are like, oh, look at them, they're actually playing defense
Because they do. They do now. They're incentivized to actually try to win that game now.
And then I think the biggest problem is, unlike every other league, their all-star games are in the middle of their seasons. NFL's is at the end because their seasons are so short, and it just wouldn't make sense to have in the middle of a season like that. So,
plus nobody wants their players hurt in the middle of the season.
So it's like
because
they will
played in an
never
All-Star
have.
game.
The thing that sucks is like you look at the Major League Baseball. The home run derby is a big deal. People
everyone
go
loves.
out and
Who
watch
doesn't
that,
love?
yes.
Who doesn't love watching the home run derby?
And then you
I
got
would
the
wanna go
dunk,
to
like
that.
in the NBA, you got the dunk contest, which the last couple
It's
of years
gotten
it's
worse,
gotten worse. But
There's been a good year in there.
and then the 3-point contest, everybody loves watching the 3-point contest.
But
it's
the
just-
NFL doesn't have something comparable.
yeah,
Honestly, the 3-point contest I think is past the dunk contest to being the best competition
Yeah.
in the NBA.
Yeah.
And then
But
NHL has the shootout competition. Know that. And then
Anyways,
they also
let me
like
get-
the NBA. They have a skills test as well. I was still talking. Okay.
no, I didn't get to finish my answer.
I muted him.
Okay, thank you. All right, so
I'm sorry, Connor.
I can't believe we have to do this, Connor. I know. So, what the NFL can do to change it, they can incentivize the game, and they can make it a different time. Like, let's have the real All-Stars in that game. Let's make it the week after the Super Bowl, right? Or something like that. Like after the Super Bowl, sometime. Maybe
I feel
even
like-
in the middle of the off season. That would have been great.
Also, Josh, it's also you got.
You muted me. I was trying to respond to him to give my opinion to my answer
I'm joking.
to his thing.
Go ahead, Connor.
Go ahead, Connor.
If they put it after the Super Bowl, there's gonna be even less viewership than there already is. because the Super Bowl is the symbolic end of the season, right? And I understand why you want to put it there because usually the teams that are in the Super Bowl usually will have a good number of really good Pro Bowlers on there. You're missing Mahomes, you're missing Kelsey or Travis Kelsey, you're missing Jason Kelsey, you're missing Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, Chris Jones, you're missing all those guys, right? And so I understand why they wouldn't put it after the Super Bowl, and obviously it makes sense. Obviously, why the players from the Super Bowl can't be there, when it's in between the 2 weeks between the championship and the Super Bowl.
Okay, what about sometime in the off season where we're kind of jonesing for football to have a little bit of a competitive game between the AFC and the NFC's best players?
But hold up really quick. Can we all?
Why don't they have the instead of doing the Hall of Fame game? Why don't they have the Hall of Fame Pro Bowl? Have the Pro Bowl at the Hall of Fame game there.
Yeah.
Have that be the first.
You know what? I just thought about that. Why not
have that be the first game? Have that be the first game of the season or the preseason, and just have the Pro Bowlers from the previous season play.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to message Roger Goodell on Indeed right now. Hold on, let me pull him up.
But no, I was going to say it really quick. The funniest thing about the whole flag football game is, you guys want to. You guys are going to love this. You guys want to know which player led the NFLPA in getting a flag football game?
Who?
Instead of Russell Wilson.
God, you know what? Maybe he should have more touchdowns than bathrooms for most of the season.
I think he still only tied that. I don't think he beat it. Did he?
He beat it.
He had 18 touchdown passes.
18 touchdown passes to his 15 bathrooms.
And up until about week 15 or 16, he had like 10 touchdown passes. So,
yeah.
But the thing is, I don't think the flag football game is something that you can continue to have in your Pro Bowl. I just don't. I mean, they tried making it seem so serious. You know how many times I laughed and almost cringed when Pat McAfee and Kirk Herbstreit, who were calling this flag football game, were like, "Oh man, Tyreek Hill just dropped a pass in the end zone. When you've got $41,000 on the line, that really goes through your head on every single play."
$41 grand is probably what Tyreek was making per day for his year's salary or something, probably.
And then when Mark Andrews dropped a wide open touchdown, and they're like, "Yeah, man, see, that's what happens when you've got $41,000 on your brain." These guys make millions of dollars. They get They get 41 grand for winning the Pro Bowl. Freaking no.
That needs to be more. That needs to be more.
I mean, listening to what I've heard, it seems like everyone agreed. If anything, other than the flag football, everyone seemed to actually like all the other.
I did like the other stuff. It was funny.
Everyone seemed to like that. I think they need to bring back the biggest throw. Have quarterbacks and non-quarterbacks. You get an award for that. And I think that'd be fun to use. That'd be like that's almost their equivalent of like the home run derby. You just see who has the biggest arm and just go with that. You know what I mean? Because then you can be like, oh, Josh Allen or some other quarterback is just like, no, he actually has the best arm because he's or strongest arm because he's just bombing at 70.
And you know what? Whoever has the strongest arm gets a brand new truck. How about that?
There you go.
No. They get it whenever they inevitably need shoulder surgery. They get it for free.
They already do.
Save it for later.
But no. Also, I think that a big thing is kind of like what Major League Baseball does and what the NBA does is they move their All-Star city. Like they change it every year, which that's another way to get fans interested. Is like, hey, if they had the Pro Bowl in Chicago. You know how many people would actually go to that just because there's nothing better to do in Chicago?
And because the Bears aren't going to be anywhere near the
Bears suck.
Oh yeah. Isn't it in fucking
Las
Hawaii?
Vegas. It was Las Vegas.
Vegas?
It was in Las Vegas. It's been in Las Vegas.
But it's usually in Hawaii every year. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that
That
wasn't
stadium's been condemned and has been torn down. So
it.
Aloha Stadium's been condemned and torn down.
You know what's
They built a
sad
new
though?
stadium.
They showed like
Guess we'll just
I
say
was seeing like
aloha to the stadium.
I was seeing
Exactly.
like stats for viewership. The USFL had what 7 or 8 games
Yeah.
last season that
Were
had
they
better
all more watched?
They had
than-
more than
yeah.
more watch,
They only had
including the Pittsburgh Maulers game. And you know how bad the Maulers were.
well. I can't actually wait because do the USFL and
XFL starts
XFL
this weekend.
XFL,
next
yeah,
weekend.
or next
Next
weekend.
weekend
Oh,
after
Next
next
weekend.
And then
Yeah,
when does
the 18th, I
USFL
think.
start?
And
Wait, hold on.
April.
USFL didn't just tank? Hold
No.
on.
No.
Okay,
I think
all right.
it's back.
They
I think
changed.
it's coming back.
Okay, all right.
Because
All right.
there's now 2, like it was.
So
Before.
the XFL season goes from February to the beginning of April, and then the second week of April is when the USFL season starts.
Okay, that makes at least a little bit of sense because you
February.
don't want them. They're not
Competing.
competing with. They're not competing with
End
each
of
other. And
April. Yeah.
I'm sure both of them have deals to be on like ESPN or on Fox or something, right? Because I think the XFL is on ESPN. I know that the USFL is also on ESPN. But
You know what I don't like? Okay. Lucas Took. He's a Battlehawks
Yep.
fan. Okay? That's the closest XFL franchise to me. Now I can't be a Battlehawks fan because
And I'm a
Lucas is
Vipers
Battlehawks
fan, so
why can't you be Battlehawks? Why can't? Do you have to be a different team?
Oh, because we'll just like we'll outnumber whoever else is on this podcast. So
I mean, there's no team I'm rooting for because I don't know what is their DC? Their team DC?
yeah, there's a team in DC. They're DC, Defenders.
Maybe that. I don't know. That might
Let
be.
me-
why don't you be a
look
New
them
York
up.
Guardians fan? They have a cool logo.
Fuck New
Oh,
York.
do they?
They
Oh,
do.
what about the Arlington Renegades?
No, because that's Dallas. Who the hell wants to root for
Hey, you
Dallas?
could be a
dude?
Houston Roughnecks fan.
Yeah. Houston Roughnecks fan, Vegas Vipers, Seattle
I'm
Sea
sure.
Dragons.
I'm sure the Roughnecks would be able to beat the Texans. So maybe. So okay.
They have really close logos.
Okay.
Continuing.
Real quick before I know I'm not, even though Ryan's up there, I'll continue hosting. Before we get to the Super Bowl preview that we're nearly 30 minutes that we should have started about 30 minutes ago.
That's right, everyone. Connor's a power bottom.
Any any quick thoughts on the NFL honors? Like, were there any real surprises for you?
I didn't.
Because
Watch
there's only 2 that I can think of. Was Garrett Wilson winning Offensive Rookie of the Year, and really the Coach of the Year.
How?
Um,
Okay, continue. Sorry.
So Garrett Wilson won Offensive Rookie of the Year despite not getting the most first place votes. Kenneth Walker had 1 more first place vote.
Okay.
Kenneth
Yeah.
Walker should have been
Kenneth
the
Walker?
Because you vote for first, second, and third, and that cumulatively Wilson had more second place votes than Walker. So
Tell me
Wilson,
Purdy was on there.
Because you know why?
Purdy
He had
finished
more
third.
second place because Walker.
Purdy
had-
Oh, boo.
who finished third?
Purdy,
Brock Purdy.
He only played like
6 games.
Yeah, and he took his
He went
team
6-0.
through the playoff.
He also
Yeah.
had
He was
George
like-
Kittle and Christian McCaffrey.
Still, I'm not going to fault him for that.
And then Brian Dable was named Coach of the Year for the Giants.
Because anytime you take the Giants to the playoffs, you should win Coach of the Year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Um,
it. Yeah.
And then meanwhile, some people. So what the most common thing I'm seeing real quick is that people are saying there should be there should be a comeback player of the year where coming back from injury, and then most improved player.
Yes.
Right. And that's what people think Geno Smith should have won. He should have won that.
Although I
And
do think
Saquon or someone else could have won comeback from an injury. You know what I mean?
Although I do think
Actually,
the
no, not even
NFL
that. Saquon wasn't injured last year, so I don't even know.
Oh my
We have
God,
to
he's
see
still
what else.
talking.
Although I do think the NFL got it really bad this year. The fact that Geno Smith, Jared Goff, and Brock Purdy are your Pro Bowl quarterbacks
For the NFC. Well, I mean, straight up, like now we have that entire old guard. Now that Brady's retired, like other than Rodgers, we have no.
Most of the
old
quarterbacks
guard.
in the fucking Pro Bowl sucked. Like
Well,
Kirk Cousins was the best quarterback out of all of those guys.
Oh no!
it's also when you think about it, like all the good young quarterbacks are now in the AFC. You got Mahomes, Lawrence, Allen, Herbert, Lamar, Burrow.
Yeah, Allen didn't play in the Pro Bowl.
I think Allen was injured. Like Lamar,
Burrow didn't
Allen,
play either.
Burrow.
Yeah,
Those
Burrow.
three were all the alternatives, and that's why Tyler Huntley made it after Josh Allen didn't play.
And then Tua is
That's why-
still in concussion protocol.
No, he's finally. Tua. He's finally out of concussion protocol. But still.
But anyway, we'll move on because
I'm sorry for talking so much.
But
I'll be quiet.
If you get a
the
you get a
whole
concussion in flag football, that's nuts.
the whole you get a
Okay.
concussion in flag football.
Damn.
But the reason why the whole 0 people that are watching right now are here for is this.
Apparently, my mom was watching because she told me to stop eating pretzels earlier. She's like, "No, eat on the camera."
Fantastic.
I was hungry, so I was munching on pretzels.
Thank you,
Like,
Connor's mom. Saving the podcast.
But for the whole,
Hey.
the reason that the whole 0 people watching right now are here, Connor, shut up.
We
Let's get
haven't
into
said
the-
a damn thing about on topic.
Exactly. So, who do you guys think wins the Super Bowl, and why?
Eagles by 2
man.
touchdowns.
Connor, you're allowed to talk now. You may speak.
Wait, is this all we're gonna talk about?
No, we got some
What are you-
XFL stuff.
No, we're doing that next week. XFL.
Oh, we're
can
doing
talk
it
about- we
next
can talk
week?
about a lot-
Okay.
We can talk about a
Oh,
lot
so I
more
can
than-
say more than that.
Yes.
Okay,
Well,
Connor, quiet.
mean,
I got it.
I was about to ask
All
a
right.
question. You're gonna make me forget.
Well, ask me the question then.
Well, it's more towards both of you, so I'll wait.
Go ahead.
Go.
Yeah, seriously. Go. All right. So I think the Eagles, they have a stellar defense. They do a good job running the ball. I think Kelsey doesn't have for them to win, Kelsey shouldn't have a good game or anything like that. Mahomes might be running for his life. Saw CBS Sports had that on an article, but they also said he might be sacked 4 times, and if Mahomes is sacked 4 times, and Eagles by 2 touchdowns, let's go. That's it.
Connor,
all I
what
gotta
do you
say.
think?
Well, what I wanted to ask was, what's the one thing for either team that they need to, like, what's the one unit that they need to win or to play really well for them?
Like the keys to the game type thing. Yeah.
What's
I
the
gotcha.
one key to the game for either team that you think they need to win?
All right, this game is going to be fought and won at the line of scrimmage. So offensive line, D line,
Exactly what I was thinking. Mm.
yeah, it's
exactly
really going to
what I was
be
thinking.
one of those kind of games, and those are awesome games, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Well, because these 2 teams had the 1 and 2 had the first and second most sacks of the season. Of course, the Eagles are like 3rd all time for a season at 78, and they had 16. There's 16 clear of the Chiefs, but still, the offensive lines and the defensive lines need to come to play. That's kind of what you mentioned, and I think I think the Chiefs need to be better on the offensive line because the Chiefs don't have as strong of a run game as the Chiefs don't have a good enough running game compared to the Eagles. Eagles can just drain the clock and rely on the run. And meanwhile, if Mahomes is running for his life, we've seen what happened in that Super Bowl versus the Bucs. It's not always going to be the prettiest thing if he's forced to do that. Plus, plus if his ankle's still not fully healed, then I think I'm taking the Eagles by. I'll take them by a touchdown. 30. Actually, no. Give me 35-31. Eagles.
I'm surprised none of you took the Chiefs. And I thought I was going to be the only one on here that took the Eagles. But I think the key to the game here is Kansas City's, defensive backs. Obviously, like, their back end has been the weakness of this team for the last couple of years, which is a huge reason why Mahomes doesn't have 4 Super Bowl rings right now. Is because of that back end. And, they had some good guys this year, but they had 2 of their starting corners go down, both against that Cincinnati game. And they're not going to be available for this game, so you're relying on 2 young corners. You're Juan Thornhill, and then on the other side, you're on Trent McDuffie, who has shown flashes, but has also got burned a lot this year. So, especially when you're going up against the likes of A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Quez Watkins, you're going to get cooked if you don't lock up the back end. So, for that reason, I think that's the key to the game for the Eagles to be able to exploit that. So, I got the Eagles winning. I don't think it's close. I think they win this game by 20+.
Damn.
All right, so we got Eagles. Connor has the Eagles winning by 1 touchdown. I've got them winning by 2, and Ryan has them winning by at least 3.
I don't know why, but I have a feeling this game's going to look a lot like that Super Bowl against Tampa Bay a few years back.
For the Chiefs?
Yeah, where the Chiefs are going to struggle on offense.
Well, I do think the Eagles are the more complete team because they have that running ability, like I said.
Miles Sanders is a beast.
Exactly. And Nick Wright brought this up yesterday, talking on First Things First about how Jalen Hurts is now the favorite to win Super Bowl MVP. And he said and this makes completely no sense, and I totally agree with him, how there's only one scenario for the Chiefs where they win the Super Bowl, and the only person that would be MVP is Mahomes in that situation, right? And because there's just no
unless Kelsey or say on the defensive side, what's his name on the D line has a crazy game.
But it just seems like it's so much more just Mahomes versus the Eagles by himself. Then you have the Eagles where you could totally see Miles Sanders getting.
That's the only edge in this game.
Or you have Hurts get it if he's passing, or A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, right? It just feels like it's really Mahomes and Kelsey and a bunch of other dudes on the offense versus a much more well-rounded offense on the Eagles. But Mahomes is so good just by himself, obviously, that's the kind of equaling factor. You know what I mean?
Could you imagine for a second if Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts switch teams?
Oh God, it wouldn't be close. It would not be. That's something I was going to say. Like, that's something I was going to say. Like, Patrick Mahomes,
you give him A.J. Brown,
is the only position. I think Patrick Mahomes, and we'll put Kelsey in this too, are the only positions where the Chiefs have the edge on the Eagles.
Where are you at with Jerick McKinnon?
No.
McKinnon or Miles Sanders?
Not even McKinnon. I'd say it's
yeah.
more Pacheco.
I was just saying because with the season that McKinnon has had.
Pacheco. I'd say it's more Pacheco. I'd say Pacheco is the better of the 3 running backs now.
Well, from my understanding, McKinnon had a really good year this year.
I mean, he better than what he's done in the past, but Pacheco, I think, had the most rush yards of all the Chiefs.
Which is weird because isn't Pacheco a 7th-round pick?
Yeah, but he was. He was really good. He had like 700-800 yards rushing, and he's
even then strong. The Eagles the Eagles are a much better rushing team.
And they got Boston
And, I mean,
Scott. Boston
They're
Scott's really
three
good.
deep.
Yeah.
They're 3 deep. I mean, Scott and Gainwell. Scott's kind of the new Darren Sproles for them. He's not as good as Sproles, but he kind of has that same feel. And Gainwell is smaller, but he's more of like used down towards the goal line. It seems from what I've seen and stuff. But either of those two guys can go off if Sanders isn't having a good day. And
Absolutely, yeah.
I do think the biggest limiting factor is not Mahomes' ankle; it's Hurts' shoulder.
Also, the fact that
if his shoulder is still not fully healed and he can't throw as well, then I don't think it matters unless they were able to lean on the run very well and the Chiefs can't stop them. Which I don't
think the Chiefs can.
I don't think so either.
Also, I mean, you also look at what the Eagles' offensive line. You go from playing the Bengals, who were 2 offensive linemen short in that game.
Three
offensive linemen.
Oh God! Oh, I know.
And you got one of the best offensive lines in all of the NFL this year, maybe the best offensive line in the country. They're not like, I mean, who cares? But anyway, on that Kansas City defensive line, George Karlaftis at times has shown flashes.
Chris Jones is a beast.
Chris Jones is basically it. I mean, Willie Gay's played okay, but
everything that I've seen is that the Chiefs are going to get rid of Frank Clark after this season. He's going to be a cap salary. He's going to a salary cap casualty. He's not lived up at all to the contract they gave him.
If I'm the Eagles right now, I'm completely fine because no one else on that defensive line except Chris Jones scares me. If I'm the Eagles, double team Chris Jones every single play.
Yeah. Hey guys, I will be right back. Continue.
Oh.
Okay.
But
Ryan,
go ahead.
Quick question: if the Eagles win, is this team better than the 2017 Nick Foles team?
Obviously, not even close. Who was the best receiver on that team? Wasn't it Deshaun Jackson?
Deshaun Jackson. No, I don't think he was on the team. They had
Deshaun Jackson. I thought he was on the team then.
They had Alshon Jeffrey, Nelson Aguilar, Zach Ertz.
How the fuck did they win a Super Bowl with that fucking wide receiving core?
Because Jeffrey and Aguilar that year were pretty good. And they had Torrey Smith. Torrey Smith was more of was still a deep threat at that point, but Jeffrey and Aguilar, that's when they were still good. Aguilar then, I think the year after is when he had that famous quote of like, we had hands, unlike Aguilar, that dude talking about catching it. Did you see that? You ever see that?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, the guy caught the baby or something. He's like, I had hands with Aguilar. So, and then Jeffrey, I think he left in free agency like a year or two later. So, but yeah, I mean, they're not anywhere close to what Devontae and A.J. Brown were. I think Goddard's now better than what Zach Ertz was then. So, I asked this question to Ryan, Josh. If the Eagles win, is this team better than the 2017 Super Bowl team that beat the Patriots, played by Nick Foles?
I think position by position, absolutely. I mean, they're better than them now without even having played the game.
I honestly think if they were to play each other, it would be a blowout. It wouldn't be close.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that 2017 Eagles team had enough to get it done.
That was just a magical scene. That was just a magical
really was.
Scene.
It really and we have I'm just gonna say it. They had big dick Nick Foles.
Not small dick Nick Foles.
No, sir. Yes. Dude walked up to his coach and said, Philly, Philly? Philly, Philly.
What do you think losing another Super Bowl would do to Mahomes? Because obviously he's still on a Hall of Fame trajectory, obviously, but obviously that'll be 2 losses now in 3 Super Bowls, right? Especially if it is.
Well, the thing is, the reason Mahomes has not won more Super Bowls is because outside of Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, he doesn't have anybody. I mean, they've tried, Scant.
It's actually kind of funny when you do say that, it's when you take away their names, it is kind of really weird how that is kind of true. It really is weird.
They
He
really
just covers up.
he
Covers up so
I
much.
mean, they still have Smith Schuster, and
But
they have some speedy guys, but they just don't.
But Josh,
Juju's like a 2. He's maybe a good 2. He's not.
He's a definite 3, a solid 2. But
MVS is a 3.
Like I'm just saying this. Like I honestly think if you gave Mahomes, Cortland Sutton, and Jerry Jeudy and Tim Patrick, those guys, in my opinion, are all better.
My also thing is, I'm wondering if Reed wins this Super Bowl, does he retire? Or when do you think Reed will retire?
I don't think Reed will retire.
I think Reed retires when he wants to.
Yeah, I don't think he retires.
I do want to see what happens, because if Eric Bieniemy leaves, right? He wants a head coaching job. That's what he's been saying. That's what Bieniemy's been saying.
Which I'm surprised he hasn't got an offer.
I've heard that it's because he's not the best in terms of the locker room. He's very demanding, I've heard. And also people are very hesitant because he's not actually calling the plays. He's just kind of there, whereas Reed's the one who's actually calling the plays. So I do wonder if he leaves, one, we'll see obviously if that's really true and how Mahomes.
But I will say,
two, if he leaves and maybe and we'll see how he plays without Mahomes. Obviously, is it Mahomes that was making him, or was he kind of making Mahomes?
I think you've got to give Bieniemy credit for also, especially this year, you lose a weapon like Tyreek Hill, and I remember in the offseason, some of us, and including me, thought, oh well, that offense for KC is going to be really, it's going to take a big hit without Tyreek Hill because Mahomes can't just say fuck it, throw it down there and Hill will go get it.
Fucking Tyreek's down there somewhere.
Look at what Bieniemy. You can say the play calling, but I give Bieniemy credit for developmental stuff. Hardman was supposed to be that next, Tyreek Hill type to go along with Tyreek Hill, and he never did it. Bieniemy this year without Tyreek Hill, McCole Hardman 10 times better than he was a year ago. Look at what he did with Jerick McKinnon, who was a NFL veteran that was bouncing from team to team, was a practice squad guy, and look at how he used him. So, I think you got to give Bieniemy some of the credit because, Reed calls the play, but I think developmentally, he's made guys better. You could even say Juju Smith-Schuster is better this year than he was last year in Pittsburgh.
He absolutely is.
He's probably better than he's ever been any time that he was at Pittsburgh this year. But still, I do wonder, one, how will Bieniemy fare if he goes to another team without Mahomes, right? Two, if whenever Reed retires, how will that affect Mahomes, right? Because unless someone comes in and copies the exact and literally just takes all the same plays that Reed's been doing and just keeps it, right? What's going to happen with Mahomes? Obviously, we're way now.
They'll hire. No,
we're years away from.
I got you, Connor.
Connor, hold on. Connor, if Andy Reid ever retires, they'll hire Nathaniel Hackett.
Okay.
After Nathaniel Hackett makes Zach Wilson look
like a god,
okay. and then he'll go to KC, and Mahomes will become Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Oh God.
It'd be terrible.
Oh God. Okay. So Connor, on your first part there, I don't like the way you asked that question. It's just one of those things, like we have to temper our expectations when coaches go from one place to another. All right. Yeah, and this may be me thinking that, obviously Mahomes isn't just some Joe Schmo. He's an excellent player. I like to call him Brett Favre if Brett Favre was good, right? So just I don't know.
Let's not spread the Brett Favre slander on this channel. No, I'm joking.
Ryan's over here like, hold on. Let me do my best. I can't do a John Madden.
I can't.
Yeah, we got
I
we
can
got
barely
us
do any.
nice turf field out here, and it's kind of slippery a
Hey, you
little
gotta
bit
do
when
this.
it rains. But you know who wouldn't have slipped?
No, you got to do it
Brett
like
Favre.
No, you know what, Josh? You got to do what the NBA players do when they go when they're talking.
Oh yeah,
You
just
mean
like this,
or baseball
like this.
players
You know,
holding
just
gloves
kind
over their
of
face?
yeah.
Like,
I wish I still had a baseball glove.
I can only.
You want to come to the Suns? You want to come to the
I
Suns?
can only.
Come
I can
over
only.
here.
I can do
With
a
the
decent.
games.
I can do some.
I told you I could do some voice impressions, but
I can do one or two. Not that good.
It's in the game. There you go.
yeah, I can't do that. I don't get low enough. No, I go.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay, we're really gonna get careful. We're gonna get struck for that.
Really quick because I've got to go. So let's wrap this up.
Oh,
without
excellent!
Lucas,
Under an hour. Let's do
this
it.
should not be an hour show without Lucas. But either way, the last point I want to ask, because people were debating this all over Twitter. Alabama fans think that they should be able to own Jalen Hurts, like basically that they should get credit for Jalen Hurts.
Oh yeah, I was
being
seeing
good in the
that.
NFL.
Bama posted. Post that as well. I remember seeing that.
And so
No.
it was a big
No.
argument on Twitter. Who can claim Jalen Hurts? Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Or Alabama.
Oklahoma.
Because
You know how
That's a
much
good
shit.
question.
You know how much shit Alabama fans talked about Jalen Hurts when he was there and he got benched
Oh,
for Tua.
we all know.
Dude, yeah. Dude, do you know how much like Alabama fans are gonna be like, yeah, that's our boy after he wins the Super Bowl?
Yep. Or Bama
God.
football is going to post out. Congrats to a true Bama legend,
Even though you
Jalen
benched
Hurts,
him.
Super Bowl MVP.
He got
and
got
then all the comments are just going to show him standing there on the sidelines watching Tua bomb it in the championship game. Guarantee it's going to be that.
And you know what the funniest?
Someone's going to find a picture. He's just standing there sidelines, and you just see Tua in the background just winding up to bomb it. To
Hey, you know what? Notre Dame can claim Ian Book when the Eagles win the Super Bowl since he's the third string quarterback.
Oh my god, I forgot that. I thought he was. I always thought he was on the fucking Saints.
Oh, okay. So Kentucky did actually have a quarterback
Oh, they did.
who went to the Super Bowl. Yeah. I believe it was Lorenzen, actually. Let me look this up real quick.
Fat lefty?
Yeah, the hefty lefty. Let me check.
Hefty lefty for the Giants?
Yeah.
Wait, what is this? Like the 90s Giants? Like 93, 94 or something?
Hefty lefty.
No, it was when Eli won.
He was
Dude, yeah. Hold on.
I hear your daughter running around.
Yes.
Well,
She's
if it wasn't his daughter, it would be someone's dogs.
That's true.
Well, I'd rather hear
it's
my
not-
daughter
no,
doing
it's not
that
his-
than my cat and Heat.
It's not his daughter. It's some random girl he kidnapped.
Yeah, she's screaming for help right now.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
But
Yeah, Super Bowl 42.
all right.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, Connor, you want to take us out, take us home?
Okay, well.
Oh, wait,
make sure-
wait,
before
real
we start,
quick.
Make sure you like and subscribe.
And really quick, Connor, before you go, Connor.
I gotta eat crow. Hold on.
Bro, what?
Yeah, I said there was no reason for Kentucky to lose to Arkansas. They got blown out by Arkansas. So any Arkansas fans that could possibly be watching this.
Hey, you know what, Josh?
Okay.
That's a great segue. That's a great segue into what I'm getting ready to play.
Oh, okay, cool. Let me just...
Not this time. You're wrong.
Okay, all right, real quick. Okay, Arkansas fans, I realize that every single one of your players was bigger than our players. Okay, I realized that you guys shooting 76% in the entire second half. It's hard to beat.
Shit.
Oh, dude, it was bad.
We're
Arkansas.
Would they win
Y'all got
by?
a good
What was the
basketball
final score?
team. Or it was like 88-60.
Hey, Duke got blown up
67?
by NC State.
Yeah, well, NC State would get absolutely wrecked by Arkansas. That team.
Hey,
good lord.
Tennessee lost to Vandy.
Yeah, well, I mean that's a
They
rivalry.
get blown
I
up
get
by
it.
Florida. They got blown up by Florida last week. Okay, so make sure you like and subscribe to continue following this shit show of a podcast.
Best
and,
podcast ever.
and
Best.
to continue watching our not regular side podcasts. Like
Number
the
one on
Wine Apps
YouTube.
do.
Yep.
Number one in viewers. And then we have one
sure.
viewer.
Most watched
sure.
podcast.
Most
I'm
watched
sure.
by one person. That's right, baby. Week 0 podcast.
Hey,
And,
technically, Blake doesn't do a podcast anymore, so yeah, we took
that's
that
true,
spot.
but he still has a lot more viewers than us.
We should just do our podcast on his channel then.
But
That's
does he get viewers on a podcast though? That's
Okay. This is after stuff. Wrap it up, Connor.
Okay. So
We want you to talk now.
So for Lucas. See, I'm just for Josh. The Eagles have landed Bryant. For Ryan, deloading these nuts, Fravel, and for Connor, Payne's the new sheriff in town, Doherty. This has been the Week 0 podcast. Be sure to join us next week when we're talking about the XFL. Go Eagles, and we are out.